Shane Hewitt and the Night Shift podcast.
All right, there's a guy here that you're going to recognize his face on the radio, I'm sure. Bill Welychka is here. MuchMusic icon, actually, is how that's how they sell it. That's how they email about you, Bill.
I got to talk to someone about that.
It's true, though. I mean, you did. You were a part of that core family from MuchMusic back in the day. MuchMusic mattered to Canadians. There's an entire generation of people that not only was it entertainment, but it shaped the way, it shaped our expectations of what music should give us, media should give us, and hosts should give us for personality.
Well said.
I would say that you guys and gals, whether it was from Tony and the hip hop shows to Electric Circus to just the daily hosts, the impact that you guys had on everybody and everybody's memories is something that is just, it's remarkable. And I think people aren't willing to let it go.
I've noticed that the past several years. My theory is that you need 10, 15 years away from something to look back fondly and to miss it and to realize how important it was. And I think MuchMusic is going through that now where, we haven't had it for such a long time that people remember fond things and what it did for their lives and how it added to Canadian pop culture and how it, elevated so many careers. And when I put out my book, A Happy Has Been, doing book tours, talking to people at these book signings, really was the impetus for the second chapter. And that is them just telling me how much an interview meant to them or how much, rushing home to watch MuchMusic meant to them growing up. And it formed their delicate years and, how music still stays with them to this day. And that is, forming a love with an artist and their music and it being a touchstone to a beautiful time. I remember thinking I was 30 and thinking, oh, people are always going to bring up MuchMusic. And I, turned 50 and it was still happening. And then I realized, it's such a big part of my life that it was such a big part of other people's lives that that'll never go away. And I'm grateful.
Oh, that's cool. I walk by because News Talk 1010 in Toronto is Kitty Corner. It's in the Chum Corner on the opposite of the MuchMusic Corner, the old MuchMusic Corner. And as you walk by there, because there's a Chick-fil-A just down the road. I don't know if you've been down there recently.
Oh, I don't remember that. No, that must
Yeah, so when I go down there now, there's a Chick-fil-A just down the road. So I go down there because I like their nuggets. And so you walk by that corner on Queen Street West and you kind of go, oh, yeah. But you can still feel the vibe because there was so much going on. Like, I don't know how more people didn't get hit by cars. And there was just so much happening on those corners. And we cherish that, my friend.
Yeah, downtown Toronto, I would talk to people all the time and, they'd be in St. John's, Newfoundland or Vancouver and they'd visit Toronto or Winnipeg or Regina or Edmonton or wherever. And they'd visit Toronto and part of the family excursion was to go to Queen and John and take a picture outside.
Yep. It was Yonge
the building
Street
itself took on a personality. You're right.
Oh, it did. You had to go to Yonge Street to go to the shoe store. What was it? It was not Spring. Aldo had a big one there. It was before the radio studios went there. Mm. And then, of course, there was the music stores across the street. And then the next place you went, or that was the place you went after you went to MuchMusic. So, I mean, those were the places to go.
And luckily, if there was a live interview going on, you got to
see it.
An interview
Famous
take
people.
place through the window, yeah.
Yeah, hanging out. Happy Has Been. Are you happy and are you a has-been?
I love the title. I explained in the book why I wanted to call it that. I don't think I'm a has-been. I certainly have had some adjustments made in my life and reinvented myself more than a few times. Being asked about it for years, it was something I just wanted to get out of my system. A year and a half ago when working in television and radio in Kingston, the plug was pulled on our longtime heritage station. And so that is part of the book as well. It's just the changing landscape in media, and you know this, and God bless anyone who's still in the broadcasting industry. Keep going because the world is getting smaller and smaller in terms of local representation for TV, radio, for print. And so I did a huge career adjustment. And so the book talks about that as well.
Bill Welychka is here, MuchMusic, back in the day. And the new book is Happy Has Been, second edition, came out last year. What do you say to people that have also reinvented their lives or about to reinvent their lives? What do you tell them with this hindsight look that you have with your Happy Has Been book?
Just jump in. If it's a cliff, trust the wings will appear and take that jump. And I know
metaphorically, please, just to be clear. Metaphorically. Metaphorically, like don't.
Yeah, don't blame me.
I feel like that's an insurance disclaimer waiting to happen.
You'll set to jump off the cliff. I did it. But what's fascinating is I maintain this in the book as well. Is that everyone has a story. You have an amazing story. Everyone does. And very few times do we get a chance to tell our stories. And yeah, we elevate rock stars. We elevate celebrities. And, they all have a great story. But one of the things I press upon in the book is, what a great opportunity I've had to tell my story and to share other people's stories. It's what I've done essentially for my entire career is, let's interview Madonna, Mick Jagger. Let's tell their story. David Bowie. Pick one. And I realized that everyone has a story. And, we put these people on pedestals, like I said, but let's put first responders on pedestals too. Let's put caregivers on pedestals. Let's put
veterans. I'd put veterans on pedestal.
War veterans on pedestals. Grandparents. Let's not forget that, these people are no less important than anyone that has sold gold or platinum records. And, I think that's important to remember, I think, as you're reading anyone's book, actually. When I watch red carpet entertainment shows, who are you wearing? And I just cringe,
It's tough, eh?
One of the things that I loved about what MuchMusic did is giving us the opportunity to do an interview. Let there be an exchange. Let it breathe. And now it's about the 5-second soundbite. And I think if the opportunity was there to watch long-form music documentaries, the appetite is there. And we're seeing that with, look at live streaming with the amount of music documentaries that are coming out. And they're letting interviews breathe.
Even DJ shows online, big shows. People want to see cool things.
Yeah. And, what I love about that MuchMusic library is that gets accessed by music productions all over the world, in terms of documentaries. And I'll get a phone call or email from a friend. Oh, my God, I was watching this Marilyn Manson documentary the other day on Amazon, and they used one of your old interviews or Bon Jovi or whatever. And it's like, that was a great library because we let stuff breathe. We had long interviews, whether they were live or taped. And so that library is renowned for collecting music interviews that have started in 1979 with the New Music in Toronto, old Iggy Pop interviews and old Sting interviews and stuff. And I'm glad there is an avenue for people to revisit the past. And, a lot of people put up these things on YouTube. I know I put some old stuff up on YouTube. They get a lot of hits. And so the appetite is there to watch long-form music documentaries.
We love the past. MuchMusic mattered. It shaped an entire generation. And on behalf of Canadians, Bill Welychka, I do get the opportunity to say thank you for everything that you did, because not only did you entertain us, but you brought us a mentorship, a leadership, an opportunity to go. And I would also like to reflect back to everybody else who did make the pilgrimage to 299 Queen Street West. That is your story. I mean, yes, Bill talks of celebrities, but your pilgrimage is also the story. It's not to be lost on everybody. It took everybody to do it, and you are a real leader in that, Bill. Thank you.
God bless you. That's sweet. Thank you so much. Continued success to you, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's so important. Good for you.
I appreciate that. That's very kind. Bill Welychka, A Happy Has Been, second edition is out. Also a nice guy if you see him in the street. And, go get it online. I'll put the link in the podcast description as well, so everyone can link to it real quick. Nice and easy. Thanks, Bill.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.